about more and more people coming in.
Okay, got it.
Fun webinar. Have to do anything to make sure it's recorded, or is it on your end? Awesome, thank you. And thank all of you who have already called in. We're going to wait about 5 more minutes for everybody else to join us. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to go ahead and get started in about 3 to 4 minutes. Thank you for attending with us today. It is now 11 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. We're going to give everybody a couple more minutes because I understand people are having a little bit of problem calling in, so we're just going to wait about 2 more minutes and we will go ahead and get started. Thank you for your patience. right, Kate, ready to go?
Yeah, whenever you're ready to go.
All right, let's get started. Everyone for joining us today for our World Rare Disease Day Planning Ideas webinar. My name is Carrie Austria, and I'm the Advocacy Director for Global Genes Rare Project. I'm an advocate in this rare disease community, as my younger daughter was diagnosed with an ultra-rare genetic disorder. Our mission here at Global Genes is to work to build and unify the global rare and genetic disease community and positively impact patients in their lifetimes. We accomplish this by offering programs that are designed to educate and support our patients, advocates, foundations, and other rare disease-focused organizations. Our webinar series is one of these educational initiatives, and we're really looking forward to being able to bring today's webinar to you. I want to give special thanks to our 2013 webinar series sponsors, Shire and Bear. Just some housekeeping notes. You are welcome to send questions to be answered by today's panelists for our Q&A system. We will answer all questions until the end of the presentations. If you're having any technical difficulties, please email Katie Maestro at km@rareproject.org. Now let's get started. We must work tirelessly to try and get our family's rare story out there. Media, on television, in our local community. And why do we do this? Because we know that awareness is one of the key first steps in creating hope. We know that if nothing changes, then the disease could take the life of someone we love or continue to cause chronic and painful situations to exist. We know that there are so few people that share the same condition as you that you may have to be the one who has to take those first steps. Who knows about your disease, your story, then knows that you need help. Awareness is the first step towards funding, towards research, towards treatment, and hope. Rare disease is such an exciting time for the rare disease community. It is the one day designated each year that we have a chance to work together, regardless of our diagnosis or disease family, and promote the importance and intense need for treatments, legislation, research, standing for the rare diseases to the general public, industry, and the media. The day that we build on each of our individual stories for the greater benefit of the rare disease community. It's not about me, the patient, it's about us, the rare community. Time and time again, that advances in one specific disease may have benefits in other similar diseases. This launched this initiative back in 2008. It has grown tremendously each year. Last year, dozens of events, large and small, were held in over 70 countries. And February 29th was chosen for Rare Disease Day, the leap year, because it is the rarest day on the calendar. On leap years like this one, we celebrate it on February 28th. At Genes, we promote hope with our Blue Denim Genes campaign. Genes, Genes, and Hope. Because there are so many unique types of genes and so many unique and genetic rare disorders, it became a unifying symbol of hope for our community. It's adopted by thousands of people since this program began in 2011. We sent out over 100,000 Genes ribbons from our office, and we know many thousands more were handmade by people like you. Rare That You Care campaign for Rare Disease Day. This is an easy-to-participate program. Ask people to wear what they care about rare diseases. It is sharing what makes you wear denim jeans to wear items that promote hope. Over the couple of years, we have had tons of amazing photographs submitted to use on our Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram, showing how people like you care about rare diseases. Rare About Rare hashtag was everywhere. And this year, we would love to see it trending all over social media worldwide this year. Whatever event you want to put together, however you may want to get you, your families, your coworkers, and your community involved, be sure to take pictures because this is a great way to spread awareness. None begins. It is for you to start thinking about what type of event you want to put together. Is it at a school or university? Perhaps your sports or craft club wants to do something special. You're going to do it at your office or maybe organize something at the store you work at. You want to get together a group of people and take advantage of the growing popularity of Rare Disease Day. Talk to your legislative representatives about policy changes you feel are important to this community. Now, things to think about when you're coming up with ideas for your event. Are you focused on a specific patient or rare disease, or use your rare disease story to help people understand the needs of our general community better? Personal stories are really powerful, and that's what stays in people's hearts, especially those not personally affected by a rare disease. Now, this event as a fundraiser, where is the money going to go? If you raise money for a patient's family, any donations you receive will not be tax deductible to the donor. In order to receive the tax deduction, the donation you donate to must be a 501c3 nonprofit charity. If you are aware of the organization's status you wish to support, then check out goodstar.org or Charity Navigator. Some things to consider are logistics and publicity. If you're hosting an event at a specific location, you need to verify whether or not you'll be required to get a permit or written permission to hold the event. For example, if you decide to do something at your local mall, you will need to talk to their corporate office to see what requirements they have for something like this. And don't be afraid to ask people for help. People are very receptive to unique and special ideas that give them the chance to help others in their community. I mean, you may be pleasantly surprised at how much help you can get if you ask for it. Public is going to be very important if you're going to host a public event. Lapel, our Global Genes Rare Project Managing Blog Editor, will be later in this webinar to share some great tips and suggestions on how to get the word out about your event. I'd like to introduce you to Julie Cunningham. She is a rare parent advocate and one of our Global Genes Advocacy Advisors. She's going to share with you some event ideas that you can host in an educational institution or business. Julie?
Thank you. I'm going to start today by giving you ideas for things that you can do at educational institutions. And with coming up with these ideas, we kind of tried to focus on different events at different school kind of education levels. So we'll start with the first one that is geared towards an entry school event. This is called Miss Hannah's Jeans for Jeans Day. And this is an event that Kay has been doing in Las Vegas for the last few years and just had a lot of success with it. So we thought this was a great one to start with. Basically, what you would do is work with your local school, your child's school or school district, and see if you could arrange something like this. They basically have 30 minutes of age-appropriate education, followed by a 30-minute block of time where children create cards of hope. And as Carrie has done, sharing a personal story of a local child with a rare disease is a great way to reach to those people. And then you can also connect it to all rare diseases affecting children and acceptance of disabilities. Use this as a week logic leading up to Rare Disease Day or on the actual day of, and on Rare Disease Day, encouraging kids to wear jeans and then the denim ribbon. And of course, sending a letter home to parents is a great way to make sure they know what's going on and to raise awareness. This can become a fundraising event if you did something like asking children to wear $1 or $5 to wear jeans, and asking teachers and staff if they would be willing to do the same thing, $5 to wear jeans on Rare Disease Day. So Lana's Jeans for Jeans Day has been really successful, and it's a great model to start to follow or to try to adapt to your school and your school district. The next one is designs. This we thought would be a great idea for elementary or middle school. Even high schoolers would probably like to do this. The idea is based on distributing the Jeans for Jeans and Hope coloring page, which you can download from the Global Jeans webpage. The idea is to have kids decorate or design the jeans however they want to make rare. And rare, the most unique design. They could even write a little bit about it if they wanted to. Once pictures are done, they can be collected in the office and hung up around a school. When be selected for age groups like K3, 4, 6. If you incorporated the PTA with this, you could do something like providing a pizza party or some incentive for the classes that have the most participation. And then on Rare Disease Day, you could announce winners. And participants, kids who just complete the coloring page, would get some type of collateral like ribbons or stickers or bracelets. We thought this would be an idea too to have kids do these at home, so that if you're talking about it at school, then this is something that they're doing at home, raise awareness for their parents and families so that they know what's going on in the school and carrying it over at their house. To make this a fundraising idea was to have, we call them jars or penny jars, and kids can vote their favorite project, their favorite design, by putting coins in the jar, and the jar that has the most coins, those are the pictures that are the winners that would be on Rare Disease Day. So just another kind of fun, creative idea for students to participate, then following it up with wearing jeans and ribbons on Rare Disease Day. Education came up with this called Denim Dash, and this we were thinking would work well with the university level students. So you could work with student organizations like clubs or the Greek system to create a fun and informative event. It would start with like a 5 to 10 minute lecture about rare diseases and having flyers and information available at booths or the event. And then an actual Denim Dash would be students wearing jeans racing around a designated area on campus, search for denim ribbons that are hidden around there. And they're basically trying to collect the most ribbons within time frame. A group or individual that collects the most could win a denim trophy or award. And you can conclude with some kind of celebration, music, food, blue snacks, blue drinks, stuff like that. And since it is a university, we thought it might be fun to encourage participation from the athletic department so that kids doing a Denim Dash competing against each other, but it also might be fun to do it, competing against some of your college athletes that they know and everything. So it's just an idea for the Denim Dash at the university level, and it's a fundraiser by asking participants to pay to participate, or it could also just be asking for donations or anything like that. So those are the 3 ideas we came up with for education. And then in terms of business, the ones that we thought are wear that you care and share. So wear, care, and share means that you would reach out to your coworkers, your medical care team, building management, and invite them to participate wearing jeans and ribbons, distribute flyers, information letters, just earn jeans and ribbons to help spread awareness, and requesting photos of colleagues all wearing ribbons, like some of the pictures you see right here on this slide. And then their event and photos, encouraging others to join in. This is a great way to reach out because as parent advocates or people who are affected by some of the rare disease, we all know people in our work environment that we reach out to and ask them to participate. A great way to raise money for this is just asking employees to to pay $5 to wear jeans on Friday, or something like pay $20 you can wear jeans all week. The next one is you can raise awareness, and this is kind of an idea. If you don't have time to create a whole event for 2014, but you really want to do something, this is an idea for you. And what you would simply do is reach out to those you know and just start asking them to support World Rare Disease Day by wearing jeans and ribbons. You can off information or flyer, kind of just explain Rare Disease Day. Solicit support from local businesses, service vendors, place where you and your family go. You can reach out to your groups like play groups or church groups, book clubs, kids sports teams, the gym you go to, libraries, dentist office, in your local community. And you can also reach out to people in your neighborhood or people on your Christmas card list or friends on social media and them to participate in Rare Disease Day. You, just as one individual, can reach a lot of people in this way. And it doesn't have to be a whole event. It's just saying, this is Disease Day, this is how we'd like you to support it. It can be as easy as that. With something like this, it's a great idea to find out how many ribbons you're going to need, and then order them early to make sure that you get them before Rare Disease Day. And I believe there's going to be information about later on. Other business ideas, things like if your company is doing jeans on Rare Disease Day, also have them wear colored shirts, and that can be a follow-up. Encourage everyone to wear jeans, and then a comfort of some kind. Or the shirts could be, be specific if there's a specific disease you're focusing on. Care About Rare Party, another idea where you are, focusing on specifics if you can. And then for the party, including things like food, drinks, desserts, cupcakes, candy. And then the other one is a lunch and learn. So inviting rare families to share experiences during a lunchtime office event. People are there anyway. You're just doing this right during lunchtime. That way you can reach a lot of people as well. Some of the ideas we came up with for both education and business, and I think that's it from Jerry, right?
Thanks, Julie, so much for that. Next is Kathy Johnston, a rare parent advocate and another one of our Global Genes Advocacy Advisors, and she is the founder of Allstrom Angels, and great ideas on events you can hold in your community.
Hey, everyone. To talk a little bit about some community-based events, and I've got several to go through, so there's a little bit for everyone at different experience levels. And the idea behind the community events is to get multiple organizations, multiple businesses, multiple groups of people involved in supporting Rare Disease Day. So one of our most popular ideas was the Instagram February Rare Photo a Day Challenge. This is where you would ask people to submit their photographs on Instagram or Facebook. I mean, you could really do it over any social media. And you ask them to use the hashtag rare photo or something similar that you want them to use to help raise awareness. And you can see in the pictures here, it could be anything from having someone hold up a sign saying, I'm a rare mom, I'm a rare friend, to just a neat creative picture like the little boys in front of the angel wings in the front there. It would be, if you did this, you could make it real fun and very interactive for people participating by turning it into a contest, and do that by the unique photo or the best photo, and people could vote on those by liking the photo. And of course, the one that has the most likes would obviously be the winner. Another way that you could turn this into a slogan, if you are planning, another way you could turn this into a contest is if you are planning an event on Rare Disease Day, in January, you could do the Rare Photo a Day Challenge and ask people to submit with their photo a slogan, something like I heart rare, rare is everywhere. And you could have people vote on their favorite slogan, again, by the number of likes. And the slogan that wins is what you could use in your marketing material for Rare Disease Day. Not taking this one just a little farther, so if you have experience with events and marketing, that might be a way to build upon it. So it is the Instagram Rare Photo a Day Challenge. The next one that we have is a Care About Rare Party. I like this event because it's something that anybody can do. It would be having a party where you offer blue drinks, blue food, rare attendees to wear. And this could be held at someone's private home, or you could hold it at a private venue, or you could even partner with a local restaurant to do it there. And this could very, very easily turn into a fundraiser if you hold it at a venue or even a restaurant. You do that by charging an admissions fee, or a lot of times when you hold events like this at restaurants, they will partner with you and give you a percentage of the proceeds from that day. Or maybe if it's a cocktail party, you have, your cocktail drinks like a Blue Lagoon or a Blue Martini, and a percentage of those specific drinks goes to, your foundation or nonprofit or whatever it is that you're raising funds for that specific day. So that's a really easy way to turn it into a fundraiser, and this is something that everyone can do. It's one of my favorite events. That is Care About Rare, and the next event that we have is Rare Genes for Genes, and this is a really neat one, where you would partner with probably I'm thinking schools, local clubs, organizations, Girl Scouts, sororities, fraternities, any kind of group. And we would ask them to bring a pair of old jeans and have a decorating party. They can dazzle them, they can paint them, they can do whatever they want. And you can turn this into a contest where people would vote on their favorite jeans, and everyone, of course, would wear them on Rare Disease Day. So this is something we would do ahead of time, and then ask everyone to wear their decorated jeans. And to turn this into a fundraiser, you could do that similar to what Julie was saying with the denim designs, with the coin jars, just have people vote for their favorite pair of jeans by dropping coins into a jar. And obviously the one that raises the most money will win. If you are experienced with event planning and you want to do something a little more complex, you build upon this. The winning jeans night could be featured in a fashion show that goes. And again, you could easily pull in the career party and have blue cakes and drinks and stuff like that at the fashion show, and then the winners would actually be in the fashion show wearing their jeans that won in the contest. That's kind of taking it from basic, simple event to building it into a little more complex. Okay, so the next event we're going to talk about is the Rare Disease Forum, and this is probably more for parents or caregivers, and that is having a forum on Rare Disease Day, and having some medical speakers can, maybe some other parent advocates can speak, possibly having some breakout sessions for the parents, or if you have older patients that have the rare diseases, brain events. This could be held at a medical office or any kind of gathering area, a hotel conference room, anything like that. And again, this could turn into a fundraiser by simply charging a registration fee. And a lot of times when we go to these type of events, it'll be your registration fee, which includes these sessions and lunch, or the sessions and dinner, depending on what time of day you have forum. Okay, and moving on to the next event, we have a family-friendly event, and this basically would be like a carnival. You could have food, music, games. We would want to ask people to wear their jeans and lots of ribbons to pass out. And this can be obviously made into a fundraiser, charging an admission into the carnival. And you could even do something where the admission is sellers to get in, but if people are wearing jeans, they get in for $5, that kind of thing. And you could also sell items at the carnival. You could sell food. You could sell awareness T-shirts. Of course, you could sell ribbons if you wanted to sell those, anything like that. And an easy way to turn that into a fundraiser. Care About Rare video is our next event. And this is definitely for someone who has some experience with videoing and making promotional videos, but I don't think it's anything that would be too difficult for a beginner media goes. So this is where we would ask any friends, medical staff, it could even be office staff, to take a video clip of themselves saying, "I care about Rare." And you have them all wearing blue jeans and their blue ribbon. Like touched on before, they could all be wearing blue jeans and a specific color shirt. Could even be holding up signs, picture in the video. You can get kind of creative with what this actually looks like. But you would do this video clip with several different groups, and then you would compile each of the clips together into one promotional video with all the different groups saying, "I care about Rare." And you would, of course, want to distribute this through all the social media outlets. It would also be a fantastic piece to distribute to your local media with a press release about World Rare Disease Day. I'm sure that this one is something that could really be spun into a fundraiser. This is definitely more of an awareness and education type event. The event that I have to talk about for community involvement is the Jeans for Jeans and Hope Day. This is where you could ask participants to wear their jeans to race in. And you could either do it just as a fun run, as a race. You could turn it into an obstacle course. You really get kind of creative with what you wanted the actual race to be. You could even, we kind of thought it would be fun if you had a university in your city and partner with one of the athletic teams, like maybe the football team, and have a team come out wearing skinny jeans and have them race. with everyone else. So you can get pretty creative with the details of this one and turn it into a fundraiser by charging a registration fee, or you can ask participants to get pledges. If you decide to go the route of like an obstacle course, you could ask them to give pledges for the number of times that they complete the course. And this one, this week, can actually be tied into the carnival event as well if you want to have that at the carnival event. So you could combine two into one or keep it as a separate standalone event. And that is the last community involvement campaign that I have to talk about today.
Thanks, Kate. And here are other ideas that if you to put your community, we will have these slides and webinar available probably in a week or two. So if you're jotting notes or wish to have any of this information repeated, you will be able to have access to it. As a reminder, if you have any questions or you would like our panelists to answer, please send them to me in the Q&A box, and we will be answering them at the end of this webinar. Last year, I had the opportunity to be a part of a large group of rare disease advocates who stormed the Capitol in Washington, D.C. to share our stories and initiatives with our senators and congressmen from our local areas, and it was an incredible experience. This event was hosted by RDLA, Rare Legislative Advocates, and we have invited Julia Jenkins, RDLA's Director of Government and Public Relations, to share details about this year's Rare Disease Day and DC events. Julia?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me today. We have a huge week coming up this year. Despite the fact that I said we're never doing it again, it always seems to grow. It's actually a hugely successful program, and we're very excited this year. We have 4 full days of events. So, Carrie, do you want to click to the next slide? So, our does help organize a lot of these. They are separate events, too. So, just broken up by day, the legislative conference starts on Tuesday, 25th. On that evening, we are hosting our 4th annual Rare Disease Day documentary screening and cocktail reception. Then Wednesday is our full day of lobbying. Thursday, the EveryLife Foundation is going to host the Regulatory Law and Policy Workshop for Patient Advocates. I'll talk more about that in a bit. We're also going to be hosting a Congressional Caucus briefing on Thursday, and then allow for other patient organizations and patients to do drop-in meetings on the Hill. And Friday, the NIH is very excited once we have Rare Disease Day at the NIH. So it's better to let other people talk about the experience than just have me ramble on. So do you want to click right there, Carrie? I think we sound.
Working?
Yep.
Conference wouldn't exist without you.
It's highly emotional to be around the brethren, fellow rare disease sufferers, because really and truly, it's only us who really understand what it takes to get through a day living with a rare disease, particularly when there are no therapies yet, haven't been targets yet established.
Your role in advocacy is so important.
What's so great is that this has just grown. It's doubled from last year.
You don't find parents often where you go to the grocery store and say, oh, you have an undiagnosed child too? It doesn't happen. Here, everywhere I turn in 3 days, somebody has either an undiagnosed or a very rare disease or child with.
You don't feel like you're the only person anymore. Somebody else fully understands what you're talking about.
7,000 rare diseases, 1 in 10 of us Americans have a rare disease. That's 35 people.
Our meetings were amazing. We were able to see one of our senators, and we saw 2 staffers. It was kind of, I got to do this for my son. We don't know what's wrong with him, so we just got to go try to see if we can get more funding for undiagnosed. We treat his symptoms, but that's not going to help us know if there's something out there more that we can do for him.
We had a couple meetings with staffers and with one of our
senators, and the meetings went really well. They were really receptive to everything that we brought to the table.
It just makes you feel good when they listen to you and they agree with what you're saying. They're like, yeah, that's ridiculous. We need to fix this. And you can tell they're being truthful.
They know they're going to be held accountable by people in their district and people not in their district for what they do related to rare disease. Would absolutely recommend that others come next year. I would love to see us to be at 250 people next year, up from about 150 this year.
So just go over the nitty-gritty details of the event. I do want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. They are very key to putting this on, and part of this work that we do to put this event on is get sponsors on board to help pay for it, because this event is completely free and open to the public for patient advocates to attend. We offer discounted hotel rooms and travel scholarships. We are the only lobby day on the Hill that invites all different rare disease organizations to come and join together. At the beginning, this was just a really small event that we kind of together, and we actually brought 70 patients to DC. We were planning on about 30. Last year, we added a legislative conference, and we had 150 advocates, and our plan is to bring 200 advocates. We are at a max capacity of 200. That's as many as the room will hold. And we have about 50 of those spots already taken. So it is kind of one of those first come, first serve. So if you're interested in going, definitely register. You want to put me on the next slide there, Carrie? So the legislative conference starts at the National Press Club, which is near the White House. It's basically a breakfast and registration, just very simple, like typical conference. We do have a general session, and this year this general session is going to focus on state level organizing and advocacy. There's a lot of issues happening this year with Obama implementation that are really going to be state level issues, and we want to train advocates to learn things at the conference that they can then tell them and go and organize in their own states. Another topic that we're going to kind of do a deep dive into is newborn screening, because that is something that also happens at the state level, if people are interested in expansion. A really important thing I think everyone needs to know when you want to influence legislation is who the stakeholders are. So bringing together panels of industry stakeholders and then another panel of patient organization stakeholders, so you can really understand who's out there working for or against you. And we'll be right in the beginning of the primary season, the early primaries, but we'll bring in some speak on the midterm elections and how that will affect rare disease issues on the Hill. Again, if you want to attend the lobby day, you have to attend the legislative conference, because the portion of the conference really gets into the issue training for the lobby day, and you also get your soapbox meeting schedule overview. All right, next slide. So lobby day is another fun day. You have to dress nicely, but you also have to wear comfortable shoes, because it is a lot of walking. I made that mistake last year, and I should know better since I work on the Hill. But we have a lobbying training breakfast, so we all come together for breakfast before we head out to the Hill and get one last training and break out into practice and just kind of tips on how to best tell your story. We'll be doing that at the top of the Hill Reserve Officers Association, so a different venue from last year. It's a very nice venue. And then we'll be breaking up into our state groups and having our Hill meetings with members of Congress and staff. All right, and then the new thing that's happening this year is we know that we can only bring 200 patients to DC, but really wanted to create an opportunity where all patient advocates have an opportunity to be able to influence their member of Congress. And We are going to be partnering with Global Genes. We're really excited that they're going to be helping us out with this project, and they're going to be helping us collect stories from rare disease patients who want their member of Congress to know they're important, they deserve attention, and we're going to be organizing that so that the patient advocates who would like to stay for this third optional day to deliver these patient stories to members of Congress on their behalf. So it's advocates helping raise the voice of other advocates. There's also a bunch of events happening on that Thursday as well. So this is one of those things that's a little less structured than our typical lobby day that's the day before. Our slide. So this is something that is helpful, hopefully, to our advocates, is we do have travel scholarships or travel stipends available. You have to apply for them. Funding is limited, obviously. I wish we could give everyone travel stipends, but we can't. So the way we go about deciding is we want a diverse amount of this is representative, and then we're also looking to cover all 50 states. So if you're the only one with your disease that has requested a travel stipend, you'll probably get it. If you're the only one in your state, then you get priority for a travel stipend as well. Sorry, my computer went to sleep. The maximum award is about $600, which hopefully cuts the cost a little more in half for the attendees. These are only available for one family member, U.S. residents only, and those outside of the D.C. metro area. And the key thing is you have to attend both the legislative conference and the lobby day to receive the travel stipend, but you don't have to attend the third day. The full scholarships recipients are announced in January, but you won't be able to pick up your checks until the legislative conference registration. The great news is that usually the hotel will cash those checks for you so that you can use the check to pay for your hotel room bill. And that's the link to apply. But you can find all that information on rareadvocates.org. Hotel room this year, did some negotiating. We got our hotel room down to $159 a night. I know a lot of you last year shared rooms, which is another way to cut costs, because when you add that DC tax and all the other expenses, it does add up. But our room block is available. If you go in, I recommend reserving your room now. Again, our room block is not unlimited. So, the discount rate expires on February 3rd, but they cut us off after a certain amount. So please make sure to book your room right away. Very exciting this year. It's our fourth annual Rare Disease Day cocktail reception. This was the original. We did a lobby day. There was actually no events on Capitol Hill for Rare Disease Day. So this was our first event, and it has definitely grown. And this year we're very excited to partner with the organizations, and we're going to be showing the HBO documentary film Life According to Sam. It was a choice of the Sundance Film Festival and has made the Oscar documentary shortlist. We're very, very excited. And not only do we invite all the lobby day participants to attend, but also open it up to all of the patient organizations in DC are invited, FDA is invited, NIH is invited, Congressional staff are invited. We have about 300 people attend. Patient organization partners can have booths, so you'll be able to meet the different patient organizations there that, Global Genes will have a booth, and you can get ribbons and that sort of thing. So if you're interested in partnering, please contact me. Partnering just means that you have a booth and you help promote the event. On Thursday, we're having a regulatory breakfast. This is a much smaller attendance. It's just going to be for about 70 attendees. We're at the Embassy of Greece. They donated the space to us, so that's fantastic. We've got a lot of requests at the foundation, questions about expanded access, compassionate use, trying to get emergency INDs. Basically, the regulatory process isn't working and there's no options. What can patients do to get access to treatment? Unfortunately, it's not going to be changing the process at this point, but really we're going to look into what exactly the laws and how the patient community can best work with the FDA to access these programs. For those who can't attend, this will be recorded and posted on the web as a resource. So even if you're not coming to the lobby, you'll still be able to access this information following the event. So hopefully it'll just be a resource. Then we have a Congressional Caucus briefing on Thursday at lunch. So you'll notice there's a lot of free meals. For this event, that's also a way that we cut costs. You've got the legislative conference has free food, the Caucus reception has free food, the breakfast, this is lunch. And this is basically educate congressional staff, but the great thing about this is it's going to be in the Capitol Visitor Center. So we definitely want to have the room packed. We got the biggest room we possibly can get. I think we pack more than 200 people in there. So those two for the third day, we would encourage them to come and pack it standing room only so the staffers know that the rare disease community is strong and wants to be heard. And we'll have industry speakers and patient organization speakers. We're still debating on the topic. We usually choose the topic about 6 weeks in advance because we want to make sure that it is a pressing legislative issue that will that the dean will have some influence over. So it's another great event for everyone to attend. Next slide. And then lastly is the end of the event, but actually Rare Disease Day. And that is at the IH. So it's about 30 miles outside of D.C., or it's 10 miles outside of D.C., but it's about 30 minutes to get there. I think Metro is the easiest way to have last year, and it took forever, so I would recommend Metro. It's a full-day event. Organizations have opportunity to set up booths and exhibits. We'll have a booth there. The event is also available via webcast, and it's free and open to the public, so there's information to register there. I think that's nearly it. So if you have questions, feel free to give me an email, send me an email. And again, all the information is on rareadvocates.org, registration, all the event listing, and I know Global Genes will be posting the slides. So I'm happy to answer your questions at the end, and thanks Global Genes for having me on your webinar today.
Julia. Okay, it is probably swing with so many event ideas that you want to put together. It is really important to remember why this day is so important. It is to get the word out about rare disease to those who don't really know the realities of life living with the rare disease. Sharing information with your coworkers, your friends, your local congressperson, it is creating awareness, and that is the key. You'll be amazed at how many times I've heard from an advocate that sharing their story led them to someone they never met who reached out and wanted to help. So be a business person who wants to hold a fundraiser, or a reporter who wants to follow that family's story. It could be another rare family who didn't know they had an entire community to support them, but because you are out there sharing your story, no longer feel alone. The effect of awareness in this community is so incredibly powerful. And next I want to bring on Alana Jacqueline. She is our Global Genes Managing Blog Editor, and she's going to be sharing some tips and suggestions on how to get publicity for your events so you can increase your exposure to more people. Alana?
Hi, thanks so much for having me. Can everyone hear me today?
Yep.
So I'm just going to go over a couple things on talk to journalists and getting press releases out there. So crafting a story, journalists and reporters. Well, Disease Day might as well be our Christmas and Thanksgiving and 4th of July combined. The rest of the world, it may not be on their radar. Taking a report to announce to their audience that it is World Rare Disease Day just makes it a priority for them. Reporters need engaging content, and while we know how challenging life with a rare disease may be, it might not. The best way to capture the attention of local journalists to report on a World Rare Disease Day event or campaign may be to add the human element to it. Tell a story. Why is World Rare Disease Day so important to you? Next slide, please. So what's human element? Basically what they're looking for is an engaging, emotional story about a patient who is either currently undergoing or recently underwent treatment for a rare disease. You can also highlight details like what is an average day like for someone with a disease, and does it affect things like how much energy they have or how many doctors they have to see. These are different from what a everyday person experiences. And what makes them different from the audience is something that reporters find engaging. Our audience personally care about this person and the cause of rare disease. We had on the blog a lot of patient stories, and even our event stories tend to have some sort of human element. So this one you can see Georgia College holds an event in honor of student's father for World Rare Disease Day. So one things you'll want to mention to reporters in your pitch. By the way, pitches can be done in email, over the phone, even through Facebook and social media. So you want to start with the name and the details of the disease, diagnosis, and treatment. You may also want to cite specific local hospitals that are dealing with patients who have the disease. The next thing you'll want to bring up is rare diseases' effect on local global communities. This is a great time to list statistics about the rare disease population, which is all listed on Global Gene's website. Your pitch also talk about how you personally became involved in World Rare Disease Day. If it's a repeating event, like an annual race or fundraiser, I want to talk about how your last event went and what it accomplished. Lastly, you'll want to discuss what your goals are for the event, whether that's bringing awareness, as some of the panelists this, or funding for the cause, or both. Slide. You may also consider reaching out to your physician or another local physician who treats rare diseases in your community and asking them to be available to the reporter for a quote. Next. Local families with rare disease to share their story with the reporter is a great way to get coverage. You can use social media to reach out to families. You can see here I used Facebook, so many different rare disease groups that are so great. So you're able to reach out and see if anyone would be interested in sharing their story. You can also email us here at Global Genes because we have long lists of patients who've given us their stories, and hopefully we can help you make some kind of connection in your area. You can also do a search for local rare disease groups, meetups, organizations that are in your state or area. Illustrating to the reporter what a day in the life of rare disease patients is like, medications, treatments, schedules, doctor's appointments, any therapies you're undergoing is definitely some details you want to mention in your pitch. Next. So press release. We're thinking about it this year, and we thought maybe the best way to help you guys get a press release that's personalized to your event, doesn't have to go through all the trouble of, write format, is to write a fill-in-the-blank press release. So we're actually working on that right now, and then you'll be able to find it on the website and download it and just fill in the blanks for where you are, what your event is, what time, and any other details. So it's available hopefully on our site within the next week. Next slide. Has a local element to your release, and whether that's a local event or a patient that lives in the community. Again, this is a great time to reach out to other local support groups or organizations and see if they'll partner with you to reporters and their media contacts. Next slide. Make sure to spell check your release and have friends or family look over it for edits. I love these little pictures here. Keep clam and spell check. Yeah. Next slide. Here. Contacting reporters and distributing your press release. Now, the easiest way to contact reporters is by doing a search for local newspapers and news stations, going directly to their website and finding the contact us page. You can see here, this is my local TV station, and they have a contact us page right there for people to go on and get that information. Sending general email may not always do the trick. And if you're having trouble getting a response, say you've been submitting to some kind of form on the website and it's just not working, you might want to try looking on their website for the news director. You can also call and ask who that news director is and what their contact information is. They'll be the ones who assign your story to a reporter and determine its relevance in an upcoming issue or show. Next slide. general form there to submit press releases. Most news sites and definitely newspaper websites have this. Just make sure you submit it as either a news tip or a press release. It's also okay if you don't have a full press release to just submit a news tip saying, hey, we're having a World Rare Disease Day event here and here, and give some of your details in even an informal way. Next. If you're still having trouble sending that reporter's email, try contacting them over Facebook or Twitter. So many reporters now rely really heavily on their own social media to get tips for shows and stories. It's a great way to reach out and connect. Next slide. Call reporters, but it's best to send them an email with a short introduction and your press release copy. Copy and paste it into the body of the email. Now, this is because it gives them all of the information so that there's no mistakes, and lets them take their own time to put it, seeing as these stories aren't always so timely for them. They may just be just stories for them. Also, don't ever send an attachment that's unrequested. You may want to copy and paste pictures or information into the body of the email. It's already been discussed by some of the other panelists a little bit, so I'm just going to quickly reiterate the basics. You'll use the hashtag World Rare Disease Day 2014 Care About Rare when you're doing any kind of promotion on Twitter, Facebook. You can also take some time prior to the big day to look up other Twitter accounts related to rare disease, or local accounts, maybe for local news, or local celebrities, asking them if they'll tweet or retweet your message. Next one. This would be to ask for help. Ask friends and followers to retweet you. Remember to add links to the resources or more information, as well as pictures showing what you or your event is doing for the day. You'll want to use the URL search.twitter.com to see what's being tweeted under these hashtags. And that's also a great way to follow all of the organizations that will be tweeting that day. Next. Groups are your friends. Use the search option to find groups specifically that you can join and discuss your event with others in. As you can try, use the set on Facebook to look for different cystic fibrosis groups, and there are so many and so easy to join and post. Next slide. And thank you so much. I hope this helps.
Shared earlier in this presentation, our That You Care and Blue Denim Jeans Ribbon programs have become very popular because people want to have a way to show their support. So I'd like to introduce you to Amy Grover. She is our Global Jeans Operations Director, and she is going to share with you more information on how to get ribbons and our Wear That You Care items to help promote your Rare Disease Day events. Amy?
Hello and welcome. You've been given a lot of information today, and I'm sure, like Carrie said, your head is spinning. But once you've decided on how you want to celebrate World Rare Disease Day, we want to make sure that you're equipped with the items that you need. Items in the Global Jeans store and jean ribbons that we have available will help you raise awareness not only on World Rare Disease Day, but throughout the year. In the Global Jeans store, you'll find a variety of items that are easy to order. We have the bracelets, silicone bracelets that you can order in a variety of colors and sizes. We even have children's sizes and infant sizes. We have these stickers that are a lot of fun. The stickers, the decals, and the magnets are, this thing is the same, and they look the same, but they are just a little bit different. The stickers are self-explanatory. They are stickers and can be put on books and backpacks and things like that. We also have decals, also known as clings. They can go on. I have mine on my computer. I have mine on the window of my car. They can go just about anywhere, windows in your house. And the good thing about those is that they are removable. And we also have magnets that you can put on your car, you can put on your refrigerator, anything that a magnet can go on. We have keychains that are available, and a few types that we have on our store, and that's a great way to order them and pass those out for others to use as well. We have the pins that are also known as the lapel pins. and they're another way to utilize the jean ribbon, but as a pin that can be used over and over again. And those are offered attached to the ribbon card that you see there, the Wear That You Care card that also has some statistics on the back about rare disease, so you can spread awareness. If you want to order bulk items to be able to pass out to your friends, family, and coworkers, you can email us at shop@rareproject.org, and we'd be happy to help you. Personally, I will be utilizing the bracelets for my daughters, and they both have tournaments that weekend of the first weekend in March, so I'll make sure that the coaches, the referees, the umpires, and their teammates and parents will be wearing the bracelets. Next, Terry. We have the jean ribbon for sale. It's an actual denim ribbon that we adhere again to the card that you can use to spread awareness, and you can order the jean ribbons now. They will be shipped out mid-January, and we encourage you to order them early for your event because we do tend to sell out. They are a very popular item, and so just think about what you need and what you want to use them for your event, and then order them online. Again, you can order those in bulk, and if you would like to order those in bulk, you can email Ashley, and her information is on the website. So thank you again, and good luck, and we're looking forward to what everyone's going to be doing for World Rare Disease Day.
Coming to the close of our presentation today, and we did run a little bit long, so we will be taking all the Q&A questions that you submitted, and I will be sharing them with all the panelists, and we will get you answers. We will be emailing you responses to the Q&A questions that you did send in. And just thank you all for taking the time out today to join our Rare Disease Day Events Idea and Planning webinar. We are really excited to see what you put together. Now be sure to share your events with us on our website at globalgenes.org. We will only be posting all the events on our website, but Alana will be posting them in our popular blog, which reaches thousands of people each week. Other places you can share your event for even more exposure, such as rarediseaseday.org, any rare disease foundations you work with, and your local media's calendar and events section. And we're going to have a very active social media campaign again this year. If you were a Facebook friend with us last year, you probably remember how active and fun the entire month surrounding Rare Disease Day was. So many pictures and so many stories. And we have thousands of people changing their profile pictures to Rare Disease Day graphic. And we'll be doing it again this year and even bigger. And we'll have more details on that coming up in January. Photo ideas ready, and be sure to tag them with our Care About Rare and WRDD 2014 hashtags. Use our @GlobalGenes if you post them on Twitter or Instagram. We have our next webinar coming up in February 2014 regarding fundraising techniques for rare organization. This was incredibly popular during our Rare Patient Advocacy Summit in September, so be sure to register and join us for that at globalgenes.org/webinars, and that will be online later today to register. Any questions on today's presentations or want suggestions or help on your Rare Disease Day event, please feel free to contact me. My email address is GaryO@rareproject.org, or if you have questions on our blue denim jeans ribbon program, you can go to Ashley Gertman at ashleygg@rareproject.org. Again, for coming and joining us today, and we look forward to seeing what you have planned. Have a wonderful holiday.